So Labor is today announcing it will invest $10 billion, which it says will build 100,000 homes exclusively for first home buyers. And they're going to guarantee all first home buyers mortgages if they put up a 5% deposit. The government would effectively become a developer for first home buyers. And its guarantee means those home buyers will no longer have to pay lenders' mortgage insurance, which they would have to pay if they didn't come up with a 20% deposit currently. This means a lot of first home buyers will be able to buy a place with a $40,000 deposit rather than have to save close to $200,000. The Liberal Party is today promising a one-off $1,200 tax cut for people earning up to $144,000 a year. That's their $10 billion promise at their launch. This counters the Labor baked-in $5 to $10 tax cut promised in the budget. The Liberal focus today will be about cost of living, and Peter Dutton's view is if they can win the argument on cost of living, the economy and security, they can win the election. They've chosen Western Sydney for the launch rather than the other battleground state of Victoria because they believe seats in the west of Sydney like Bennelong and Werriwa are 50-50 in their polling. There will be no announcement as yet on the Coalition's defence policy today, expected to be a lift in defence spending from 2.3% of GDP to around 2.5%. For Anthony Albanese, the choice of Perth for his launch is about returning to where he launched an ultimately successful campaign in 2022. And Labor are now at odds with the TAB of $1.26 to win the election. A couple of months ago, they were $2. According to the bookmakers, it's a question of Labor majority versus minority now in terms of the result of the election. Voting begins on Tuesday for the poll, which occurs on May 3rd. Here were the leaders yesterday ahead of their launch.
I'm back in Perth. I launched my campaign here in 2022. People said, why are you doing that? I said, because I want to represent the whole country and WA is really important. I'm back here again in WA because guess what? WA is not just still important, it's more important than ever.
Prime Minister looks the people of WA in the eye and says that he's the greatest friend that WA's ever had when it comes to mining and agriculture. He ducks across to Sydney and Melbourne and starts giving a nod and a wink to the Greens that he'll stop mining and stop agriculture here in WA. We've got a huge fight in a number of marginal seats across the country. I can tell you there are many seats that are 50-50 at the moment in the track polling, and they won't be decided probably even on election night. But what I do know is that a lot of Australians can't afford 3 more years of Anthony Albanese, and that's the reality.